Hi, today I'm going to talk about how to fail as an influencer or YouTuber. Now, first of all, the first rule is don't be like me. I've got 100 videos, and the average viewers on each video is over 100, even if they've been posted for a year. Now, what's the reason for that? Hey, I haven't found my niche. Niche. Okay, now what's a niche? Well, it is something that you talk about consistently. You don't try to be Leonardo da Vinci like me and talk about your favorite movies one day and a walk around your town and looking at lakes and scenery and yuckity yuckity yuck. You gotta be in one thing now. Who is successful? Well, if you're into travel, that's very popular. If you walk around a street and take interesting videos of good looking women and different towns, you can be very popular. Those guys can have 1 million visitors. If you talk about sex and you keep it fairly clean, you don't name parts. There's a Filipino lady called Irish. I really love her. She never says any bad words, and she just talks about find a girl who loves your sausages. Very funny, huh? But it's kind of suggestive, and people love that. All right. Now I'm going to talk about a few people who made big successes, and their videos are always, well, you can say consistently about the same thing. There was one girl I knew vaguely. She talked about baby carriages. She reviewed all kinds of baby carriages, the things you push and you put your kid into. And I guess everybody who was an expectant mother found her and looked at them, and she was very popular. And she was able to get different baby carriages who she gave a good rating to sponsor her. She even made a lot of money at it. Now I don't know if she's still around. That was years ago. Then there was another guy who had a interesting concept. He said, I will search the world for the best steak dinner. And then what happened was he went to different restaurants that were pretty highly rated. And he said, you know what? I am doing a video and I'm a very popular guy. You'll be seen by 10,000 people. And how about, you give me and my partner a really nice first class steak dinner and we'll record it all on a video for YouTube. And the guy has spent years, every few days, about every 3 days, he went to a different restaurant, sometimes the same town, sometimes he went to different cities, and his title was Seeking the Best Steak in the World. And he had a very big following. Once again, I'm an old timer, and these things may no longer be around, or he may still be eating steak dinners. Although after 15 years of 2 or 3 steak dinners every week, I think I'd be awful tired of them. Okay, so anyway, back to our topic. The topic is finding your niche. I'm going to give you a few ideas of what a niche might be. Now, one kind of interesting thing most people don't realize is that most countries in the world, if you have a baby there, the baby has to be born to at least one person who's already a citizen. Or in the US, up until recently, well, up until today, we're talking July 2025. If you take a kid there, pardon me, if you take a pregnant woman there, like your wife or girlfriend, that kid, upon birth, will be a citizen. But most countries, you have to either be a resident, legal resident, one or both parties, or you have to be a citizen. But you can't have baby tourism in most places anymore. So there are probably a dozen countries where you could have a baby and that baby becomes your anchor baby. You can usually live in that country and stay there as long as you want because you have a baby that is a citizen. Now in Ireland, the up until I think it was a couple of years ago, you could arrive from any country in the world, which you can still do today, by the way. Arrive from any country in the world, not be a legal resident. The baby is delivered in that country, and the baby is an immediate citizen. As soon as you get out of the hospital with a birth certificate, you can get a passport for that kid. All right, so here's a niche for you. Go to every country, and you can find a list with your artificial intelligence search. Just say, what countries give citizenship by birthright? All right, so one possible niche is you could visit all these countries, visit the hospitals, and talk about having birth in those countries. There's a nice little niche. I bet you'd have a lot of watchers. Don't be like me. I talk about movies. I talk about travel. I talk about everything. And I got an average of 100 watchers. But I had one video where I walked around this town called Campione d'Italia. Beautiful little town, maybe the best town in the whole world. No crime. Medical insurance is almost free. Uh, it doesn't take much to become a resident. You just come here and you rent or buy a place, and no $500,000 golden visa charges or anything. All right. Well, anyway, so one possibility is you make a series of videos about where to give birth to your child. Okay. Medical tourism. That's another possible niche. How to succeed in divorce. That would be a nice niche. Basically, your spouse, when you separate, you try to keep it friendly. Now, that isn't always possible, but you can certainly try. Turn on the charm, give them whatever they want, and have a really friendly divorce. I've had 2 friendlies and 5 unfriendlies, but I don't want to talk about it, man. But that could be a good niche. All right, want to have other niches? Well, I'll tell you what not to do. Woo! If your site like Yahoo or YouTube, the one I'm on right now, doesn't like something and will ban you if you say certain words. I can say the N word, but the N word can be a lot of things. It can be a race. It can be a political party like the one in Germany. See, I'm not using the N word. But if you use the N word, they might just not even allow that video to be broadcast. So here's the rule. Don't use words that are forbidden. Don't fight City Hall. Now that means not only the local government, but the federal government and the state government. For some of you in Canada or Australia, the provincial government. If you say things that are, let's call them no-nos, they may get you in a lot of trouble and even get you in jail. So stay away from that. By the way, I just thought of a great topic that would medical insurance. Boy, I've had 2 absolutely terrible experiences with medical insurance. I bought the medical insurance, I got sick, and of course the insurer didn't want to pay. They used every trick in the book to get out of paying. And in the USA, it's not so bad. You can get a contingent fee lawyer who will sue them, and it doesn't cost you anything. But in Europe, there is no such thing as a contingent fee lawyer, and you might have to spend $5,000 or $10,000 plus more, 500 or $600 an hour, or pounds or euros, and you're not sure whether you'll win or not. So you could do a whole expose of people who were screwed by medical insurance failing to pay. Okay, I think I've used up enough time on this video. And so remember, uh, just get into a niche. Oh, by the way, I have an ex-girlfriend who is in a very successful niche. She has 17 rabbits and she sells combs and other accessories for rabbits, like little leashes. You take your rabbit out for a walk. So I think I'll give her a little plug. Bunny Gear, Bunny, no space, GEAR.com. And she sells uh, the Hair Buster bunny comb and lots of good stuff. And I've told her she should make a series of videos about her experiences with her little bunnies. They're awful cute. Boy, and I will never tell her that I eat them sometimes. Well, shh. Okay, gang. I hope you enjoyed this video and we'll see you tomorrow.